Dirshu Mishnah Berurah, Simin Chof Aleph, Sif Gimel, and as well we're going to be learning Simin Chof Beis. And again, we're finishing up Hilchos Tzitzis. Please invite a friend. Hilchos Tefillin will be starting next week. Fabulous halachos. And as well, if anyone would like to partner, please reach out. And we begin with Sif Gimel, that the Mechaber teaches us a very important differentiation between Talis Gadol and Talis Katan, something that we've spoken about, an incredibly practical halacha lemaisa. Says the Mechaber, you're allowed to go into the bathroom with your tzitzis, referring to your talis katan. Says the Ramah, and certainly Lishkav, where is it? Here it is. Lishkav and the Shari. You're allowed to sleep in your tzitzis. V'yesha kosvu, continues the Ramah. Shenagu shlo lishkav etal sheish by tzitzis. Should not sleep with your talis that has tzitzis on it. Gam shelo yelitno lechavis in Yehudi likabes. Should not give it to non-Jewish cleaners. V'akol shelo yem mitzvahs bezuyis alav. And the reason is we don't want the mitzvah to be bazoi, to be degrading and embarrassing to you without the right kavod. But we're makel to sleep in them. It says the Mishnah Berurah Sif Dalid. Says the Mechaber Sif Dalid. When you're wearing your talis, you should make sure the tzitzis do not drag. So 3 halachas we just learned. Number 1 is you're allowed to go into the bathroom with your tzitzis. Number 2 is a bit of a machlekes, we could call it, if you're allowed to sleep with your tzitzis, different dayos in the Ramah. The Ramah first said it's allowed, and then he said there are those that say you should not. There are those that say you should not sleep in your tzitzis, but he said the minhag is that you could, yes. So let's get involved in these 2 halachas. He says the Mishnah Berurah over here, Sivkat and Yodalid. Lebeis Akise. Ve'dav kobadal kanaf as that katan of shekalayim. It says Mishnah Berurah, like we spoke out, says only the tzitzis that you wear all day. Aval elu taliza shal mitzvah, piggybacking off of yesterday's halacha, that the talis on mitzvah, the talis gadol that we were to davin, shemiyuchadim rak leispalu behem, critical words that the whole purpose and tachlis is only to daven with them. Ein nachon sheikanas behem lebeis hakisi. It's not proper. Ein nachon to walk into the bathroom with it. Ach lahashtin ben mutter, but you're allowed to urinate in your talis, but you can't walk into the bathroom. So the simple reading is what I just said. You can't go to the bathroom, but you could urinate. You could go for Meiraglayim. As we'll see in a moment in Dirshu, there are those who learn, just like I said, you could urinate, but not in the bathroom, because it's an inherent problem walking into the bathroom with the towels. We'll see that in a moment. Says the Mishnah Berurah further, very classical shayla. You're on Yom Kippur and you're wearing your kittel. Are you allowed to go to the bathroom in it? Says the Mishnah Berurah, you got to take off your kittel before you use the bathroom. Why? HaKittel? Because again, the whole purpose is that it's miyuchad, it's designated only for tefillah, and therefore you cannot wear it into the bathroom. So your talis katan you could wear, your talis gadol and your kittel you should not. Says the Ramah that there are those that have the minhag shaloi lishkoi v'talis, not to sleep in your tzitzis. Says the Mishnah Berurah ubekis ve'arizal kasav al pi asayid al pi kabbalah sheyesh lishkoi v'talis katan, that you specifically wear your talis katan to sleep. And this is the minhag of many Hasidim, many as well. The Mishnah Berurah gives a lot of credence that you should, yes, wear your tzitzis to sleep. We'll see a little more about this in the Dirshu. But says the Mishnah Berurah, do not give it to a laundryman who's not Jewish. Atalos ima tzitzis. To take off the tzitzis and then clean it, because we're afraid that they're going to ruin it. Lishkei behem. And the minhag is, we said, to sleep in them. It's also the minhag to give it to non-Jewish cleaners. And there are those that are machmir. Be careful that the tzitzis do not drag on the floor. It's an embarrassment. Void, and furthermore, it's going to mess them up. You should pick it up and put it into your belt. The tzitzis should not drag on the floor. So before we get into Siman Chav Beis, let's see a few very important Dirshus over here. Says the Dirshu in number 8 over here, that when he's talking about the tzitzis that you wear, and we said you're allowed to wear it into the bathroom, says Dirshu note number 8, quoting the Chazayin Ish, the Steibler, and the stapler, that even if you wear your tzitzis on top of your clothing, still you're allowed to wear it into the bathroom. It's not only because it's underneath your shirt, and of course, the stapler, the Chazon Ish, they used to wear their tzitzis on top of their shirt. Chaim Kanievsky's that's how it did as well. And you're still allowed to wear it into the bathroom, so it's nothing to do with the fact that it's covered, and that's very relevant as well. Many times, perhaps at night, or perhaps other times, a person's just wearing tzitzis without a shirt, you're allowed to wear it into the bathroom. Says the Mishnah, says Dirshu, note number 9, that to urinate it is allowed. One should be careful. To do what? To make sure you use the bathroom, as we need to see in Siman Pei, to make sure you use the bathroom before you put in your towels and your tzitzis. And so to the Berurah says that you're not usher to wear it when your body's not clean, but that is what one should be careful. So it doesn't quote it over here, but there are those. Rav Scheinberg was famous that he would use the bathroom even wearing his talis, and even sometimes his tefillin that he wore all day, because meiraglayim is mutter. Walking into the bathroom perhaps is a different discussion, which is a big machlekes or achreinim, and that centers upon a detail that we learned way back when. What is the status of our bathrooms nowadays, etc. Continues the Mishnah Berurah. Continues Dirshu number 10 with regard to the kittel. Says the Dirshu, even if you're only going to urinate, still you should not leave your kittel on and you should take it off. And the Achreinim argue what the reason is. The Kaf HaChaim says that if you only have to urinate, you're allowed to go into, this is what I just said, So I just said a moment ago, you're allowed to go into the bathroom and still to the Mata Ephraim, whereas Sefer Zeh HaShulchan says, the Mishnah Berurah says, no, you're not allowed to go into the bathroom kavua while you're wearing it, even if you're not going to use the bathroom. The Mishnah Berurah only allows to urinate outside of the bathroom, etc. And that is how Rav Elyashiv learned the Mishnah Berurah, which is what we explained is very precise in the wording of the Mishnah Berurah. And we continue in Dirshu note number 11 that the reason is that the kittel is made specifically for davening. And now many people are wondering, wait, we just wore a kittel. Many people wear their kittel on the Leil HaSeder. So wait, maybe now we see that the kittel is not only miyuchad l'tefillah, says Dirshu note number 11. Beautiful Siyat Shmaya that we just had Pesach a few days ago. Quotes the Dirshu Rav Elyashiv that no, the night of the Seder is a mitzvah as well, and therefore the kittel still has a din of something that is worn only for a mitzvah, only for tefillah, and therefore you should not wear it into the bathroom. He says about the beged Yerushalmi that you wear on the Yom Narayim. Rav Elyashiv held that is not called a beged Yuchla tefillah because they wear it throughout the Yom Narayim. Therefore, that would be allowed to wear it into the bathroom. Continues Dirshu note number 12, a very, I don't want to say controversial topic, but a much discussed topic about sleeping in your tzitzis. And the Arizal said that they should. The Arizal proves, Rav Akiva Eiger proves, like the Rosh, this is a lengthy discussion whether a paskening that your Leila is Zman Tzitzis, Leila not Zman Tzitzis. But let's just continue for a moment. Says he quotes from Shlomo Zalman over here that even a talis that's miyuchad for the nighttime, still you could wear it. Why could you wear it? It's putter from tzitzis. We said if it's a nighttime beged. The reason is number one because of the chiv of mitzvahs. We've seen already the love of tzitzis is a reason to never take them off, and as well the reason is because right when you get up in the morning, we don't always wake up at Alois Ashachar. So part of the daytime we're wearing our tzitzis. That's another reason to sleep in your tzitzis so that you have it during the daytime and that you have it right when you wear it, right in the way when you wake it up. The Shev Levi says mitzvah chasidus and a chomra, and therefore one could have a special tzitzis to sleep in. The Chazon Ish Yashem b'layla b'loy tal skat, and that's what he would do. And the reason is because, and he brings the reason. If you sleep with your talis katan, then we have to be nervous that it might become a nighttime beged. We'll just point out one second. Let's just see one more detail over here. He says regarding to a bracha, we already learned that what are you going to do? You're going to have to make a bracha on a different beged or on your talis katan, etc. Just to point out, the Chazon Ish said that he's concerned that it might become a nighttime beged if you sleep in them. Many people put on their pajamas and don't just go straight to bed. They wear them for some time, and that's what many people have pointed out. That sometimes they'll shower, they'll put on their pajamas, and they won't be wearing tzitzis for an hour. 2, 3, 4, and sometimes in the morning you'll wake up and as well you don't put on your tzitzis right away, and that's one of the milos that Shlomo Zalman is speaking out of wearing tzitzis to sleep is the book ends before one goes to sleep and after one wakes up, and that would also take care of the problem of the Chazon Ish because it's not becoming a nighttime beged for the mere reason that you're wearing it during the day before and after you go to sleep as well. It is pretty late, but let's learn Simin Chaf Aleph. Interesting that there's no title of the Machaber. Says the Machaber Siv Aleph Kana Talf also by Tzitzis Mavarech Shechiyanu. It's like Mikel Chadashin is no different than having a new garment, a new suit, etc. So you make a Shechiyanu. Says the Rama, if you didn't make a bracha when you made them, then you should make a bracha when you put it on for the first time. Says the Mishnah Berurah over here, don't ask, says the Mishnah Berurah. According to Magen Avraham, when do you make a bracha on a new acquisition? When you buy it. Don't ask that question. Why not? Because we can explain. When you buy a new suit, the suit is ready to wear right now. So therefore, you have that incredible joy, simcha, and happiness, and that's why you make a bracha at the time of the purchase. Let's say you buy material, and you're going to make a suit out of it. Of course, you don't make a bracha even when it's completed. Rather, when do you make a bracha? Only when you put it on. You have a specific time, either the purchasing a complete garment or the wearing of the complete garment. If you're not ready to wear right away, it doesn't have the tzitzis on it. You have to put the tzitzis strings on it. You cannot make a bracha when you buy. What about those who all the first time you do a mitzvah you have to make a shechiyanu? That is the reason to make the bracha when you are creating the tzitzis. But then continue the Ramo, the Mishnah Berurah over here, that why you making the bracha is no less than buying a new garment. Says Mishnah Berurah, have got the maize, don't make a shechiyanu on the mitzvah. There's different types of shechiyanus. A mitzvah that comes from time to time, like Shefer and Lulav, you make a shechiyanu. But tzitzis is a constant. If you made tzitzis on a beged that already had beforehand, because it's an old garment. Not that it had tzitzis, it was an older garment. First lisativ and then shechiyanu. We're going to stop over here, but let's just point out that very classically, many people do not make a shechiyanu on all new garments they purchase. Ramosha Feinstein speaks about it because we get garments so often, and therefore many, or if not most people, will not make a shechiyanu on new tzitzis. But on a new talis is certainly something with a simcha. One does not get a talis all the time, therefore one should and could make a shechiyanu. But let's not forget this final halacha of Mishnah Berurah of the Gimel that he taught us. Firstly is atif, and then the shechiyanu. And then you're going to put on the garment, and actually let's just, and we'll end over here, b'siyata dishmaya.